Good morning. Kate here bringing you this week's Monday Mission, and this is number 41. I think this is a really relevant topic today because Thanksgiving is in 4 days or 3 days by the time you're watching this. So the holidays can bring up a lot of stuff for us, right? It can bring on some stress, some anxiety, all kinds of feelings depending on your circumstances and what your family does for the holidays and whether that's been impacted with the pandemic, and maybe this is the first year you're getting together and haven't seen each other for a really long time. So a lot of stuff going on. So my goal for this mission is to help make you feel empowered to manage your mind around the holidays. Okay, so I'm going to give you some tips. As always, we'll do a journal prompt that can help you kind of get prepared and get in the right state of mind going into the holidays. Okay, so the first reminder I want to put out there is that our thoughts create our feelings. Okay, so if you remember sort of the process that we go through, right? There's a circumstance or a situation. Okay, my family's getting together for Thanksgiving. That is a neutral situation, right? It's not good or bad or stressful or anxiety producing until you have thoughts about it and you tell yourself a story about it, right? So the situation is neutral. My family's getting together for Thanksgiving. And depending on the story that you tell yourself around that, you're going to have very different feelings. And your feelings are going to cause your action, your behavior, right? You're going to have action or inaction, and then you'll get some type of result, right? So remembering that, and this goes for everyone. So not only do your thoughts cause your feelings, which cause your behavior, okay? Other people's thoughts cause their feelings and their behavior, and so on, okay? Understanding that will help us deal with any kind of situation where we are telling ourselves a story about the situation in which we tie our emotions to other people's thoughts, feelings, and behavior, okay? So a lot of times we might say things like, well, I just want everyone to be happy, right? Why can't everyone just be happy, right? And we think that if we have the perfect snacks beforehand, we have the house spotless, we have a place for everyone to sit, we don't sit so-and-so next to so-and-so, or whatever the case might be. We think that if we can perfectly curate the day, that every single person there will be happy. And what I want to offer is that we need to let that go. Let it go. Okay? We've got to let go of the emotional attachment to what anyone else says or does. Because the reality is, even with the perfect turkey and ending with the perfect pumpkin pie, someone may not be happy. But they are not happy because of their thoughts, right, about the circumstance. Okay? You may not have no idea what their thoughts are that are causing them to be unhappy. But if you tie your feelings and how you feel about the day to someone else's, then you're going to be at the mercy of what everyone else is feeling rather than focusing on your thoughts, which lead to your feelings and your behaviors. Okay? So we each cause our own feelings and with our thoughts and the story that we tell ourselves. Okay? So just be aware of that. Let that go. Let that emotional attachment to how anyone else thinks or feels, let it go, right? So instead, maybe we could just say, I want everyone to feel what they want to feel, right? I know this one is hard. I want everyone to feel what they want to feel, right? So that is much different than I want and need everybody to be happy, okay? Because you're essentially setting yourself up for failure, and it's going to impact your own mood and your own feelings, which impacts your behavior, okay? So try to think of it in those terms. We're going to let go of that, okay? The other thing that we're going to let go of is that there has to be a right and a wrong way about anything, any topic, okay? There could be arguments regarding the vaccine at the family event, whatever's happening, right? Or wearing masks, or parenting, or allowing your picky eater to eat something different than what was prepared, right? It could be a million things. And if we can let go that there has to be a right way and a wrong way, okay, then we can tell ourselves a different story, which leads to different feelings, okay? Because there's judgment in that, right? So if we think that there has to be a right and a wrong way, there's judgment there. Just be honest with yourself, okay? If you think that you are right, your way is the best way, there's automatically judgment there. There's judgment that maybe the other person isn't as educated as you, or isn't as aware or current on events that are going on in the world as you are, right? They're not paying attention like you are. But at the end of the day, a case can be made for any side, any and every side, right? Let go of that judgment, okay? Remember, curiosity is the opposite of judgment. So be curious maybe as to why they think that way or feel that way, right? Or just recognize that there's no argument or article or research study or whatever that you can show this person that's going to change their mind, right? So just move on to a different topic. Try to let go of getting caught up into I'm right, you're wrong, and this is why, okay? Letting go of that is going to be so much freer for you if you just let that go. Let it go, okay? Let go of the all or nothing thinking. We also want to let go of what we can't control, which is other people. We cannot control other people and their opinions of us, right? So this might be where we're asking the wrong question. Okay, so here is another tip, is learning to ask the right question, okay? So when we go into a situation and we feel that the person is judging us or, they have an opinion of us that is negative, right? We're asking the wrong questions, right? Because the questions in that situation are, well, why? Why would they have this opinion of me? They don't even know me, right? Or how could they think that about me? Why don't they like me? What did I ever do, right? And that's the wrong question, okay? The question you actually need to ask of yourself, okay? So you want to say, do I like me, right? Do I think I'm doing a good job as a parent? Am I acting in a way that is aligned with my values, right? Those other questions don't matter because we can't control them. We can't control someone else's opinion of us, right? We cannot control their thoughts around us. We cannot control the story they tell themselves about us or what we do or what we say, okay? So we need to let that go. Now, this doesn't mean that you sit there and just let someone berate you or mock you or put you down, right? So it's this dance of letting things go, but also recognizing that you have boundaries and you're not going to be talked to in a certain way, right? Or spoken to in a certain way, or have things said about you, or have comments made about your kids, or whatever it is. You have to come up with that for yourself. But try to ask the right questions. And if you can say, yeah, I do like me. Yeah, I do agree with the way that I handled that parenting situation. Yeah, I am acting in a way that's aligned with my values, so I can now set this boundary with this other person, right? So ask the right question, but don't sit there and take, negative comments or, making fun of you or your kids or making comments about anything like that, right? Your relationship status, your weight, how much you eat, your eating habits, any of that, right? Let that go as long as you are asking the right questions, which is, am I doing what I feel is right for me and for my family? Okay. So what can we do going into the holidays to just feel more prepared, feel like we can handle the day, all of the get-togethers, all the people that might be there? Again, ask the right questions, right? Asking if you like yourself, your parenting, your relationship status, your eating habits, whatever it might be really in tune with your values and your thoughts about that, okay? So asking the right questions, setting boundaries, and remember, boundaries are limits for you, right? They're not for the other person. It's not that, well, if Uncle Joe brings up the fact that he doesn't think people should be vaccinated, I am leaving. I am not going to stand there and I'm not going to sit there and stand for this. I'm not dealing with it. That's not a boundary, right? If you don't set the boundary for to test someone else to see if they cross that, okay? The boundary might be, I personally, for my health, am not going to engage in a conversation about this topic. And if that topic is brought up, I'm going to say to the person, I'm not going to engage in this conversation. If you continue, I'm going to get up and go to a different conversation, or I'm going to leave a little bit early, right? Whatever that boundary is. But the boundary is what you will tolerate, and then what you will do if that boundary is crossed, okay? And you have to be prepared for what you'll do if the boundary is crossed, because most likely it's going to be, right? That boundary is going to be pushed up against. And you have to know and feel solid in what your response is going to be. Now, if you don't uphold that boundary this time, that's okay. It's not the end of the world, right? It's a skill. It is a practice to recognize what is an appropriate boundary and what you're going to do if the boundary is pushed back, right? And if you don't uphold that boundary, right, that's just data about maybe some more areas that you need to work on in order to keep that boundary for yourself. Okay, that's the biggest kind of thing to recognize with boundaries. Okay, and if you're going, if you're there with your partner and you have children, or that they may question, or other people might question your parenting style or eating habits of the kids, or whatever it is, kind of get on the same page with your partner about what are triggers for you, right? Maybe they can come in and change the subject for you, or they support you if you set a boundary and the boundary's pushed back against, and you have to either, leave that room, or even just leave the house, or whatever you decide to do with that boundary. Make sure you're on the same page with your partner so that you kind of have that united front and you have that support going in. And then the last thing we can do is we can ground ourselves, right? So you can always come back to your breath. You can always come back to your body and say to yourself that I'm here, I'm safe, I don't need to change the world, right? Today, I just need to be present in the moment, enjoy the family members here that I love, my family that's here that I love, my friends, whatever it is. And I just need to do the next right thing, which is to sit and eat turkey, right? It's not to change the world. It's not to change someone's opinion. It's not to act in a way that has someone else think, better of you. It's to eat turkey. That's the next right step. Eat the turkey, right? So ground yourself, and how we can do this before you even go, before you even get on your way. You're probably rushing, right? You're getting everybody dressed. If you made food, you're getting that ready to take to wherever you're going, or if you're hosting, you're getting the house you're getting the house ready and everything cleaned up. Take some time for yourself before all the chaos starts to ground yourself, right? Sit in a quiet space, hand on your chest, hand on your belly, a few deep breaths, or look around the room. 5 things that you see, 4 things that you hear, 3 things that you feel, 2 things that you smell, 1 thing that you taste, whatever it is to get you back into your senses and ground yourself into your body, okay? Do that before everything starts. And then when you get back home, or everyone is gone, everyone is left, do it again. Do that grounding again, and just give yourself that relief of being back in the present moment, and back in your body, and back to your breath. Okay. So our journal prompt for today, for this mission, is I will let go of, and then you fill in the blank. Okay. And think about what you're going to let go of, right? We've talked about what to let go of a little bit today. We're going to let go of all or nothing thinking. We're going to let go of that there has to be a right and a wrong way, right? We're going to let go of our emotional attachment to other people and what they think and what they feel and how they act, right? We're going to let go of what we can't control, which is other people. Okay, so journal prompt, I will let go of, and then fill in the blank. Just start writing. First thing that comes to your mind. What are you going to let go of going into the holidays? Okay, so that's our mission. Should we choose to accept it, we're going to let it go, right? We're going to let all of these things go, and we're going to be present in the moment and do the next right thing, which is to eat turkey. All right. I hope you have an amazing holiday, stress free as much as possible, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.